I have a PS5 Dilemma, and here's why. So earlier this weekend, I was doing basically some fall cleaning because I needed some. I haven't had time for myself. I've been busy either going to conventions, doing YouTube videos, work, started going to the gym, and then also some other stuff that I've been busy with. And when I was cleaning up the closet, you're not going to believe this, but I actually found a PS5 unboxed, new, in perfect condition. And the way I got this PS5 is actually pretty funny. So my wife actually bought this PS5 for me as a gift last Christmas. And the way it worked was that she actually bought it way before, I think in the early 2023 months, and she wanted to save it either through the birthday or Christmas. I think Christmas was going to be the idea. But unfortunately, with time commitments and other stuff that she had to, do, it constrained her time to basically give me the present. So she hid it very good in the closet. Even she forgot about it. And when I called her up and I said, hey, do you know any idea where this PS5 came from? And they says, oh, that was actually going to be your present. And she totally forgot. We kind of laughed a little bit. So I was excited because I still don't have a PS5. Even at the moment of the taping of this video on September 23rd, 2024. I know, I can't believe it, right? Because again, we have to remember that the PS5 did come out during the pandemic, during COVID in 2020, in late 2020. And it was hard to come by. It was very hard to actually find one, especially on the stores. And you have to remember that you couldn't even line up anymore because of social distancing. So I was already excited to, set up this PS5, put it on my TV. But then I remembered that the model numbers was also a factor. And when I looked at the box, I saw that the model number was 1115A. So it is part of the 1100 model series of the PS5. So I typed that model into the Google, and it basically said that out of all of the PS5 models, because there's 4 in total, so we're talking the 1000 model, which are the launch PS5s, the 1100 would be the second wave, the third model was the 1200, which was an extra revision, and then the PS5 Slim model. So there's a total of 4 models so far. So out of all of the models, this one has the worst performance out of any model of the PS5, and here's why. So I was doing a little digging and I saw videos of Austin Evans on the YouTube channel when he was comparing all of the PS5 models, and it noticed that the 1100 model doesn't have a lot of the heatsink. A lot of the heatsink was taken away, and that a lot of the heat is actually being hit on the memory drive, especially if you buy like a new external hard drive. Even with the heatsink, it would basically affect the performance because there wasn't that much metal compared to the 1000 model or the 1200 model. And when he was doing all of the tests, he noticed that the PS5 1100 model was actually 5 degrees much hotter than any of the other models combined. So when he was doing more digging, it said that, how PlayStation was kind of like revising things, kind of cutting costs, that this model would actually pose a lot of problems over time. So you would not see the difference immediately, but if you're a gamer that likes to play every single day or likes to stream, especially if you want to play those, very awesome Final Fantasy games, any of those games that take a lot of memory and it takes a lot of, the CPU, the GPU of the PlayStation 5, that it's going to cause some problems and it's going to heat up as well. So with doing the research and seeing that the 1100 model was going to, pose a problem, especially me, that I want to, create content with PS5 games, I decided that the best course of action was to ask you guys, the viewers, the subscribers, or anyone that knows a lot about PlayStation 5s and gaming technology. And when I posted it on my YouTube channel, on my Twitter, there was like a lot of mixed reviews. Some people said that there's not a big difference, that even they themselves have the same model that I have. But others kind of said, no, the Fat PS5 just looks better than the PS Slim. But I addressed, all of those concerns that I had about the lack of the heatsink, that a lot of the heatsink was stripped away from the original model, 1000 model, and that it would cause a lot of overheating, that the heating would actually be worse over time, which would affect the performance. So, and also it didn't have any of the copper like the original model of the PS5. So, going through that, I basically said that, what would be the best course of action, to basically trade it for a new PS5 model. Because now, this is the year of 2024. Now they're not selling the fat models anymore. Now the models that are being sold right now in stores are the PS5 Slim models. So those are the ones that has that detachable disc drive, or you can have the digital. So I go to GameStop, and I know you're telling me, oh, GameStop, right? They're just gonna, rip you off. Well, hear me out a little bit. Just hear me out. So they're actually making a awesome offer right now for all GameStop Pro members, in which they're actually putting 20% more on the basically the trade-in value or credit or money of all the consoles that you are willing to trade to GameStop. So I took this PS5 and talked to them about it, saying that it's brand new, never been open, and I did not mention about the 1100 model, and they said that this could actually be worth a lot, that the trading value could be anywhere between 350 to 450 of trade-in value. So from there, I thought, well, if I traded to GameStop, then that would make it much easier to buy off a new PS5 Slim model. I would just have to pay the difference. And right now that it's being sold for $500, I think the only price I would have to pay maybe $50 plus tax. So just factor in maybe another $70, maybe $80, give or take, because I will buy the PS5 Slim if this is the best course of action with the disc drive, because I have a lot of physical games that I want to do. And also to add that the PS5 Slim has better heatsink, it has better copper, and it has more memory in the internal hard drive. And then when I want to add more to the external hard drive, it's easy to do, and it's easy to open up and to customize. So that's why I'm in this dilemma, because I sort of want to keep this one, but at the same time, is it worth it? Because if it's a worse performing PS5, then why would I want to keep it, right? But I just think that it's nice because of the nostalgia, just thinking about this was the original PS5 before all of the revisions. But right now, I think that I'm leaning towards trading the PS5 for the PS5 Slim through via GameStop. And I'm gonna basically make a follow-up video once it's done, how it's done, and hopefully if the trading value is exactly what they said, right? So what about you guys? What do you guys think about my dilemma? And do you think that I am overthinking this? Do you think that the 1100 model of the PS5 is just fine, and that maybe it's an exaggeration of performance being the least or the worst performance PS5 out of all of the models? Or is this a better solution that let's not risk, playing a worse model of the PS5, but rather upgrade to what we know now, and you get your money's worth, right? So what do you guys think? Write your comments below. And if you like the content of this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification so you know when future videos are available. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for a follow-up to tell you how the trade-in, if it happens, for my new PS5 Slim. Stay awesome everyone.